Good afternoon, dear students. I was teaching you about the advent of Europeans to India in the previous class. Can you tell me who are the Europeans who came to India through sea route? I told you a tip to remember this answer, that is PDFE. You are all familiar with the PDF. If you remember this code, you can easily answer this question like Portuguese, Dutch, French, and English. These Europeans began to fight among themselves to have supremacy power over India. Today I am going to explain you the competition between English and French in today's class. The Portuguese and Dutch had withdrawn from India, unable to withstand the competition from French and English by 18th century. Dear students, you know that the Portuguese had monopoly over Indian trade during 17th century. But when French and English came to India, they were unable to face them. Therefore, they gave up their competition. Finally, French and English restored to show strength in order to establish their political supremacy over India. So these two people started fighting in order to take over power in India. At the same time, political vitality arose in the regions of Hyderabad and Carnatic. You can see the blinking area here indicates Carnatic region. So there was political differences in Hyderabad and Carnatic regions. And both the English and French tried to exploit the situation in their favor. This led to three Carnatic wars, which I am going to explain you further. The first Carnatic War, it began in the year 1746 and ended in the year 1748. On the request of Dupleix. Do you know who is Dupleix? Dupleix is the French governor, one who led the French army. La Bourdonnais, a French military leader from Mauritius, invaded Madras and captured it. Dupleix invited La Bourdonnais to India. He came to India and attacked Madras and won it. This forced the helpless British to request the help of Anwardin, the Nawab of Carnatic, for support. The army sent by Anwardin failed to defeat the French at Madras. Finally, La Bourdonnais took money from English and returned Madras, went back to Mauritius. Mauritius is an island, a small island. This enraged Dupleix and attempted to take Madras but failed in it. So he got angry and he thought of getting Madras back but failed in it. Finally, the First Carnatic War came to an end with the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. Aix-la-Chapelle, it took place in Europe. The Second Carnatic War. The Second Carnatic War began in the year 1749 and came to end in the year 1754. In the changed circumstances, French made Sallabad Jung, another son of Asaf Jah, as the Nizam of Hyderabad. In the changed situations, French selected Sallabad Jung, the other son of Asaf Jah, as the Nizam of Hyderabad. Nizam is the title given to the king. Nizams of Hyderabad or Nawabs of Carnatic. So these are titles given to the kings in different places. An officer named Busi was stationed in Hyderabad for his protection by French. In Carnatic, Chand Sahib was the Nawab with the help of French. Who was the Nawab in Carnatic? Chand Sahib. Remember please, Chand Sahib was the Nawab of French. Robert Clive of East India Company attacked Arcot, the capital city of Carnatic. So Robert Clive was the leader of English army. He attacked Arcot, the capital city of Carnatic of Nawabs. Chand Sahib was imprisoned and later killed in this war. Chand Sahib was put in jail and he was later killed. So Arcot, you can see the blinking cursor, it indicates Arcot. Please remember it, which is the capital city of French. In the place of Chand Sahib, the English named Muhammad Ali, the son of Anwardin, as the Nawab of Carnatic. So they removed Chand Sahib and selected Muhammad Ali, the son of Anwardin, as the Nawab of Carnatic. The Second Carnatic War ended with the Treaty of Pondicherry. French recalled Dupleix. So which treaty does the Second Carnatic War end with? It ended with the Treaty of Pondicherry. So since they are being lost, the French called back Dupleix. This war brought laurels to English while French suffered a political setback. It brought a lot of favor to English. Third Carnatic War. Comte de Lally of French attempted to besiege Vandivash in 1760. In this decisive battle, Sir Eyrecourt of the English army defeated the French and imprisoned Bussy. Lally escaped and hid in Pondicherry. Finally, Sir Eyrecourt attacked Pondicherry and Comte de Lally had to surrender unconditionally in the year 1761. So this is all about the three Carnatic Wars. What is the effect of Carnatic Wars? French had to lose all their bases in India due to Carnatic Wars. So finally the Carnatic Wars won by the Britishers. The Britishers gained supremacy power over India. At such a situation, the French had to lose all their bases in India due to these Carnatic Wars. In spite of this, as per the Treaty of Paris in 1763, Pondicherry was returned to French. With these developments, French lost their importance in India. Like this, English, by defeating all their rivals, started consolidating their power over the southern India. India is divided in two parts, South India and Northern India. So he wanted to have power over southern India. The British rule in India. After gaining political control over South India, the British tried to gain control over rich Bengal province in the later part of 18th century. Bengal was the center of attraction, so the Britishers wanted to win Bengal. You can see that area here, Bengal. The Bengal province had achieved tremendous growth in the area of agriculture, commerce and industry. It was a developed state. The East India Company was making considerable profit from this province. They were getting a lot of profit from this province, the East India Company, which came into existence in the year 1600. The Dastakatas license issued by the Mughal ruler Farooq Shira were the main reasons for this. But these dastakats that were limited to the company transactions were misused by the individual officers of the company too. They misused this license. This resulted in huge loss to the Bengal government. Hence, all Nawabs from Murashid Ali Khan to Ali Wardi Khan were opposing such misuses. Later, this led to confrontation between the Nawabs and the company. This resulted in two crucial wars which charted a decisive course to Indian history. That is Plassey and Boxer. The Battle of Plassey and Battle of Boxer were those two wars. Battle of Plassey, it took place in the year 1757. Please remember the year which took place. Ali Wardi Khan, the Nawab of Bengal, died in 1756. His grandson Siraj ud Dawla came to throne. The Plassey battle took place between the young Nawab Siraj ud Dawla and the British in the year 1757. What are the causes for this Battle of Plassey? Why the Battle of Plassey took place? The first one is misuse of Dastakatas. Dear students, you know what is Dastakatas. Dastakatas is nothing but license given by the Mughal ruler to the Britishers to do their trade. But this was misused by the individual officers. Siraj ud Dawla was furious that the dastakats were misused by the officials of the company, incurring losses to the government treasury. The second one is mending of fort without permission. They started to rebuild or renovate their forts without the permission. This further angered Siraj ud Dawla and he ordered the removal of cannons from the court. The British refused to do this, angering the Nawab further. They hope you know what are the cannons. Can you see this? These are cannons through which they can blast. But they were unable to remove this. Then Black Room Tragedy. There may be a question, what do you mean by Black Room Tragedy? Siraj ud Dawla conquered the Fort William easily and imprisoned some of the British. He imprisoned 146 Englishmen in a small room in the fort, of which 123 died. This is called the Black Room Tragedy. So 146 six Englishmen were put in a small room. In that 123 people died. This is well known as the Black Room Tragedy. You can see that picture. They put together in a small room where they can't breathe. Automatically when breath stops, people will die. This angered Robert Clive and arrived in Bengal with a large army. Do you know who is Robert Clive? Robert Clive is the leader of English, one who led the English army. Robert Clive attracted rich locals like Manik Chand, Omi Chand, Jagat Seth and others towards him. He first attracted them towards him. Our own Indians were attracted by him. He was successful in convincing Mir Jafar, the military head of Siraj ud Dawla, to stay neutral in the battle by offering him the post of Nawab of Bengal. See, they offered a post to him and therefore he kept quiet. He was the military head. Encouraged by all these developments, Robert Clive declared war against Siraj ud Dawla. Can you see what type of planning he has done to win? Everything went according to the plan of Clive, Robert Clive. Siraj-ud-Dawla, who tried to escape from the battlefield, was captured and killed. He was killed by them. What are the outcomes of Battle of Plassey? This war brought out the immorality, lack of unity among the Indians, and the greed of Indian businessmen. So, we people, the Indians, are not loyal, not faithful, become greedy, and therefore they supported the Britishers. Mir Jafar became the Nawab of Bengal. Mir Jafar, as the Britishers offered him the post, he became the Nawab of Bengal. Third, the company gained exclusive rights to do business in Bengal. Mir Jafar had to pay rupees 17 corner and 70 lakh to as a relief to Siraj-ud-Dawla's attack on the Fort William. 17 crores actually. 17 crores and 70 lakh. In nutshell, Mir Jafar became continuous victim of the company and its employees. So he couldn't pay such a huge amount. Even though the treasury went bankrupt, the treasury became empty due to this greedy nature. The greediness of the company and its officials were never satisfied. The British projected Mir Jafar as an inefficient Nawab and brought in his nephew Mir Qasim as the Nawab. So they removed Mir Jafar and appointed Mir Qasim as the Nawab of that place. Mir Qasim. This led to Battle of Boxer in the year 1764. Mir Qasim was an efficient administrator. In the beginning, he remained loyal to the company. He paid 2 lakh pounds to the company and gave away few places to it. Shortly, he declared himself as an independent king. After verifying the misuse of dastakats, he declared that the business is duty-free in Bengal. So he said no need to pay anything as a tax to do business. Anybody can do business in Bengal, he ordered. As a result, the Indians competed against British in all spheres of business. So even Indians started to compete with the Britishers. As a result, the British trade suffered considerably. They got lost. This was enough for the British to oppose the Nawab Mir Qasim. They brought in Mir Jafar again. Again they removed Mir Qasim and appointed Mir Jafar in that place. As Mir Qasim knew about the cunningness of the British, he went for an organized war against them. So he knew the cunningness. You can remember Mir Jafar's support he took and won with Siraj-ud-Dawla. He was supported by the Indian merchants and artisans. Mir Qasim entered into agreements with the Mughal ruler Shah Alam II and Nawab of Oudh, Siraj-ud-Dawla. The combined forces of Mir Qasim forced the British army led by Hector Munro at Boxer in 1764. You can see Boxer here, a place. Boxer is a place in India. So the Battle of Boxer took place in Boxer in the year 1764. Mir Qasim got defeated and ran away from the battlefield. Shah Alam II surrendered. The efforts of the combined forces to stop the British force failed completely. Then what is the outcome of Battle of Boxer? result. Outcome is nothing but result. Shah Alam II accorded Diwani rights over Bengal to the British. He gave away the Diwani rights to Britishers. Shah Alam II gave away all the rights over Bengal to the British for an annual fee of rupees 26 lakhs. You can learn this well. This will be asked for 2 or 3 marks. The third point, the Nawab of Oudh had to give away a fine of rupees 50 lakh for waging a war against the company. He has to give again 50 lakh rupees. With the death of Mir Jafar, the company paid pension to his son and took over the entire administration of Bengal. The Boxer battle made the British as the real holders of power over Bihar, Bengal, and Odisha provinces. Even Oudh remained under their control in the year 1765. Robert Clive brought in dual government concept. What do you mean by dual government? Who introduced dual government? It will be asked in the exam. You must say Robert Clive introduced dual government. As per this concept, the British had the right to collect land taxes, whereas the Nawab had power over administrative issues like justice and others. In other words, the right to collect taxes were given to the British, and Nawabs had only the administrative powers in Bengal. This is called dual government. Like this, the British gained political control over India to protect their business interest. Thank you, dear students. Hope you understood. If so, explain the 3 Carnatic wars. And the next question is, what are the reasons for Battle of Plassey? What are the outcomes of Battle of Plassey? The next question, what are the reasons for Battle of Boxer? What is the outcome of Battle of Boxer? The next question, what do you mean by dual government? Who introduced dual government? Please answer these questions after listening this video. Thank you.